And what's up, everybody, and welcome to the Gore podcast. This is your host with the motherfucking most, TJ Bowser, and joining me is your Dark Lord of Knowledge, Chad Chrisman.
What's up, bitches?
Big Johnny D.
What's up, Gorehounds?
And the killing machine himself, Bobby Amone.
How the fuck are you?
Today is April 12th, 2021, and we got a doozy of an episode for you today, but you know what time it is. It's time for your slice of life. Big Johnny D, what did you do?
Yo, buddy. Well, let's see. I had a pretty decent week. Got my first shot of 5G on Friday. Unfortunately, I was also on the verge of getting sick from my daughter, so that literally just exacerbated the fuck out of it. So I was stuffed up as fuck this weekend. Kind of sucked. But even though I was sick, we still prevailed through. And click. We still prevailed through. Got Fatality out with me and Brody. However, we did go a little Schneider cut again. So obviously the boss man and I got together, made a couple new intros, and we split that bitch in half. So we're getting 2 new episodes. So yeah, our episode count from our audio to our live is just way the fuck up right now. And yeah, just kind of goes with the shit show mentality. Other than that, man, yeah. Other than that, man, been pretty good. Had a little play day with my daughter's friend on Saturday and shit. And then, like I said, yesterday, I just slept all day because I felt like shit. But I woke up, watched this awesome movie for the first fucking time. And I am here excited to talk about it with you fellas. Right. Bobby, how you been, buddy?
Who, me? You said me. Oh,
I said Mr. Bobby.
It was almost like an out of order. We always go Chad, but okay, I'm good.
I figured I was going to go counterclockwise this time.
I'm good. I had a good weekend myself. I spent Saturday afternoon with some family. I finally sat and watched Godzilla versus King Kong, and being a Godzilla
fun movie.
fan, being a Godzilla fan, I'm happy to say the real King did his job. That's all I'm going to say. And everything like that worked out nicely.
I don't know, man. It's kind of hard not to root for Kong when they gave him such an awesome
arc in
that movie.
No, I totally will give him that. Absolutely. Overall, great movie.
Have we all seen it yet? Has everybody seen it?
I have.
TJ, you've seen it? TJ has not seen it. I will not say anything. Never mind.
Yes.
Keep going, Bobby.
Well, you boys saw it, but you're going to see it again. I was once again a bad boy, and everybody out there knows Army of Darkness. I have the 1998 Ash from that movie in mint, pretty good from
Fuck
in the
yeah,
box.
buddy.
Look at that baby. He was expensive. He was expensive. He was expensive.
How expensive?
About two. About two.
I you know what, dude? Honestly, compared to like some collectibles I've looked at, that seems kind of like the normal, maybe.
Yeah, that's
not
unexpected.
Well, I mean, for this, for those, I never paid that much because as a child, I had them.
Yeah, but you didn't say 5. If you said 5, I might slap you through the camera. But
right.
If the price tag said 5, I would have just went like this. Nope. Nope. So I was doing that, but no, it was a good weekend. Pretty chill, no complaints. Like I said, Godzilla. That was it. It was really chill. I had no gripes with it, and then came to watch this movie a few times in the past 24 hours.
Wow!
And
damn,
because I did not watch this, I always saw the remake.
Mm-hmm.
So, but no, this was good, and to say it. Well, you know,
you're gonna have to tell us what edited out of it at some point, man.
Yes, but to say that this movie fits in the current time we're in, that's a loaded gun waiting to go off. Well, we'll talk about that as we get into it. Chad, give me your slice of life.
Well, as you guys remember, I wasn't on last week. I was at a funeral. Unfortunately, a friend of mine passed away. He lost his fight to cancer. I mean, he was young. He was like 48, so you know it sucks, and I miss him. But you know, I don't have to dwell too much on it. We want to talk about happy things and fun things. I'm actually on day 3 of a 3-day weekend. I have to work the next at least 7 days straight. I have to work Tuesday through Sunday. Hopefully, we're getting a break after that for a day or two, and then working a regular schedule. But I'm looking at a string of 10-hour days. for the rest of the week.
Really?
That's gonna
420, baby. We got a huge.
That is true.
Shout.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be busy, but originally they wanted us to come in from 9 to 5:30, and I suggested 7 to 5:30. That way we can get a little bit of overtime, not ruin our schedule, and we take some of that pressure off of night shift too, because they've been working it hard for us when we've been leaving, our normal 3:30, and I wanted to, kind of take a little bit of the pressure off of them, let them get a little bit of a rest too.
Word.
Whose
nice,
phone
dude.
do I hear?
Not mine,
me.
sir.
That might be mine. Hold on, let me just take.
I'm not
vibrate
popular
off.
enough to get stuff in the middle.
I was like, I'm sharing stuff, and someone's getting notifications.
That's probably mine.
I'm also sharing stuff, buddy.
Someone texting me. I got people texting me, but they know I'm in the show. So
Don't worry,
there you
I'm paying
go.
attention. I'm just sharing as well.
But yeah, aside from that, just been kind of relaxing and picked up a few new things over there in the corner, still sitting there in the package. I got a original Jaws 3D theatrical poster.
Nice.
And I got it for a nice price. I think I paid $35 for it. So I got it for a steal, and it's rolled. Most posters back then were folded.
Yes, they were.
So a rolled copy of that is extremely rare.
Wow, no creases. Very nice. Dude.
Yeah, a rolled copy of any of those.
It's not mint condition. It's got some, a little bit of wear and tear. I want to get a frame for it, hang it up. I used to have one. See, back in the day, one of the
I used to
local
have
theaters-
one. Say,
Well, one of the local theaters, there was like a festival going on, like a fair going on, and they were just selling their old stock of posters. And I found that was the first, and I think I paid like $5 for it.
Nice.
But it's since been through so many moves. It's been put up on the wall, taken down so many times. It's completely deteriorated. So this is just basically a replacement for that.
That's always a sad day when that happens, doesn't it?
Yeah. It was my first poster, but I still have it somewhere. But it's just not in the best condition. This is in much better condition. I'll take much better care of this one.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah. So aside from that, just picking up a couple small items. Like I haven't shown you guys this. Now look, this bad boy.
Gizmo!
No.
Not
Look
Gizmo.
again. Not
Wait.
Gizmo. One of the other generic Mogwais that you never see figures or anything of.
Yeah,
It is-
you usually see Spike, right?
You see Stripe or you see Gizmo, and never a regular,
Stripe.
normal, everyday run-of-the-mill Mogwai. I was like, holy shit. Like, I gotta have that, because you never see those. It's always Gizmo.
That's true. Yeah, Gizmo
Now-
is everything.
Pardon my stupidity here, but how do you tell the difference? Like, was it the eyes?
Yeah, Gizmo
just
has the
look at
solid
eyes.
brown and then the white patch right here.
Thank you. Okay. Nice. Very nice, dude.
Yeah. And I finally got my Part 5 Roy Burns Jason. He's actually back there in the case with the other Jasons now.
Did you open them up, I'm assuming?
Of course. Put him
Oh,
in the
that's
shadow
right.
box with the
You
others.
don't keep it in a box. That's right. You
No,
No, I'm the
I-
same way, dude. Fuck it.
Yeah, put those bad boys out.
I do both.
Well, we know you get 2 of each. And
I
like I
was
showed
Bobby
you guys,
with Hess trucks as a kid, dude.
and like I showed you guys in the chat yesterday, I got some of the NECA figures. The Alien 40th anniversary figures are on clearance now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And yesterday I picked up the Xenomorph and I picked up Kane.
Ooh.
And today I found Ash, but I didn't really want Ash, but I had to have the Kane figure because it has the alternate head with the face hugger. The
he's the Undertaker's brother.
yeah.
He's a mayor.
And
The Xenomorph
finally
figure is the
in
same one. The Xenomorph figure is the same one that's in the Ultimate Chap edition, but it doesn't have any of the extras. So there's no egg, there's no face hugger, there's no chest burster. It's literally just the alien.
Okay.
That's awesome, dude. It sounds like you got some sweet fucking merch this weekend.
I did. But, aside from that, just watched this movie. Like you guys watched Godzilla vs. Kong last weekend. Really enjoyed it, but not the best out of the MonsterVerse series. I still think King of the Monsters was best. King of the Monsters, Skull Island, this, Godzilla.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Mhm.
I
I could see why. Yep. Yeah.
Wait, did you put Skull Island above Kong vs. Godzilla or below it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Just a little above.
I do like Skull Island, dude. It's really good.
It's a good movie.
Anyways,
Okay, moving on forward.
the Brody Kane
Other
figure.
man.
Yes, I'm gonna get him right there.
Brother man, what's new with you, buddy?
Okay, so I gave in to temptation, and I did a bunch of pre-orders for June. So I went and I got some Arrow pre-orders added to my Bird with the Crystal Plumage. So I got this Years of Lead, 5 classic Italian crime thrillers from 1973 to 1977. And that has these films in it. Where the hell's the list? Savage 3 from 1975, Rabid Dogs 1976, 38 Colt 38 Special Squad 1976, Highway Racer 1977, and Happily Resolved in 1973. So a bunch of Poliziotteschi films from the 70s. I'm just hyped because it's a lot of the same people made Giallo films as well. So it's cool. It's definitely cool seeing that. I also got the Stylist limited edition from Arrow, and then from Severin, I ordered Strike Commando 1 and 2, the Rambo low budget ripoffs.
Dude, those look fucking phenomenal.
Those look fun.
And then I have a copy of Nosferatu in Venice on its way. For those of you who don't know, there's a full feature-length documentary about Klaus Kinski's career on that Blu-ray. So it's like a 2-for-1 when you buy that.
Nosferatu in Venice.
Yeah, it is an unofficial sequel to Werner Herzog's Nosferatu.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet, dude.
Fucking A. But yeah, just being a whore for Arrow and Severin films as always. And then they announced a couple more things last week. So it's kind of like an endless cycle of me saving money and then just pre-ordering it for months in advance. And yeah. Either way.
I only hope Sarah comes home every day and it just sees more boxes of Blu-rays and shit.
Right.
What the fuck?
And
That's Steph. That's Steph right there.
Shakes her head and just goes.
That's
what I get every time
I want
I
to show you
come
guys this. Look. I forgot. Look.
Show us.
Camera 1. Camera 2.
Ooh.
Fancy boy.
Yeah.
That's like the blowjob camera right there. Like, hey, baby.
No, that's the camera you use while you're getting it. Because over here, you'd be seeing a head go up and down. Like, wait.
Like I said,
Okay.
I was going more the POV shot, but yes.
Yeah, I knew where you were going, John.
Thank you,
Bobby, I don't know where the hell he's going.
Up and down.
So, what do we say, gentlemen? Shall we hop into this episode?
Yes, let's do this.
Let's knock the fuck out of this.
Okay, guys, so this week's film is 1973's The Crazies, directed by the Yinzer, God of Horror, George A. Romero, written by George A. Romero and Paul McCullough, produced by A.C. Croft, starring Lane Carroll as Judy, Will McMillan as David, Harold Wayne as Jones. Oh, sorry,
No.
Harold Wayne Jones is playing. Lloyd Haller as Colonel Peckham, Lynn Lowry as Kathy, Richard Liberty as Artie, Richard France as Dr. Watts, Harry Spillman as Major Hreider, Will Disney, not Walt, as Dr. Brookmeyer, Edith Bell as the lab technician, and Leland Stearns as Shelby. Starnes. Music by Bruce Roberts, cinematography by S. William Hinsman, edited by George A. Romero, distributed by Cambist Films, released March 16th, 1973, runtime of 103 minutos, budget $275,000, grossed $143,000.
Close.
Nah, that's bad. It's pretty bad.
No, there's a reason for it, by the way. It's
Yeah, we'll hear about it then.
By the way, the cinematography by S. William Hinsman. You realize who that guy is, right?
Tell us, Daddy.
He is the original cemetery zombie in the original Night of the Living Dead.
Oh no!
He also played a minor part in this as well.
Yes, he did.
He was one of the guys who was shooting at the all the officers in the building there.
Is the guy from Trixie the crazy dude from Dawn of the Dead on the TV?
Yeah, with the eye patch.
Yes.
Doctor.
Yes, he is.
That was instantly where I knew him. I was like, "Where's his eye patch?"
We get similar dialogue with his rants about the end of the world, and
yeah, and I fucking love it, dude. You could have gave me like 20 more minutes of that dude just fucking ranting. And I would eat that shit up. Like,
perfect.
Yeah, it was great.
This is one of 3 films he made between Night and Dawn. It would be this, Season of the Witch, and Vanilla Twilight. Is it?
He made those all between 73 and 78.
Yeah. Let me double check the Vanilla Twilight.
I want to watch
Vanilla
his
Twilight. That sounds like an excellent fucking vape flavor, dude. Honestly.
Oh, sorry. There's always vanilla. Sorry.
Vanilla Twilight. Let's go with Vanilla Twilight.
Yeah, I like Vanilla Twilight. No, there's always vanilla. I don't know. I've never watched that film actually. It's a romantic comedy.
Aw.
Isn't it?
Yep.
It's a rom-com.
Isn't it exploitative?
I don't know,
Comedy?
but
Romantic
the other one is The Season of the Witch. It's like
Mm.
it's like a slutty witch. So it's like, yeah.
So, and I don't know if you guys know this, is the Nicolas Cage Season of the Witch a remake of that or a totally different movie?
I don't believe so.
Totally different.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's totally
fair
different.
enough. Never watched it, so I don't know. Either one of them. All righty. So, how about we get that 3-minute trailioso?
Yeah, let's
Put
do
it
this.
on.
Chad, say the line.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Oh yeah.
We never thought it would happen. Nobody gets in or out of that town now. Is that clear?
The girl just died. How do you intend to let the people know about all this?
We were asleep. They dragged us right out of the house.
Are we under martial law?
Don't talk to me or anybody else unless you got a voice print check. All hell's broke loose in town. Nobody knows what's going on.
Now look, you just can't push us around this way.
We've got to get a nuclear weapon in the air above that town.
They taking me no place. Oh, man, this isn't any...
They started something they can't stop. The Crazies. Something that inflames. Something that brutalizes. It's madness unleashed by human error. The Crazies. Can they tame it before time runs out?
I'm a key man on the Christie team. A key man. I'm one of the developers of the goddamn thing.
Now, if you want me to get the job done, you get me the stuff I need, and you get it the hell in there before the morning's over.
A small town becomes a giant stockade. Evans City must be contained or leveled.
We're all concerned with Evans City, Mr. Hawks.
If we have to push the button, we just say the weapon went off.
Get me the president.
3,614 people are trapped by an unknown enemy. 5 are on the run. Can they escape the spreading fury of the Crazies?
We can make it. I know it.
Stop it! They're coming, David! David, they're coming.
Move. We gotta get out of here.
Jesus, man. And I want a weapon search of the entire town.
Watch it, Bucky!
This is exactly the kind of thing we're trying to prevent.
A lethal terror snowballs into hell.
In there!
Madness runs rampant.
We'll dope it out. Sooner or later. Sooner or later.
The Crazies.
Wow. Whoa, we lost 2 of our. Hey, they're there.
No, we're here.
Yeah, what
we're
happened
here. Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, it said there was some kind of connection issue, and then all I could see was myself.
Yeah, but
So-
then my thing, I still had it. So who knows?
Guess what? We're good on our end. So
That trailer was a great refresher, man. If you needed to remember what the fuck happened in the whole movie.
yes, it is. Like,
Oh, that was great.
that was a great trailer.
yeah,
Like, usually
hopefully the
long trailers
viewers
suck,
didn't
but-
experience any of the issues that Chad was just talking about. Because I would say, like, on our end, I think like the viewers'
everything
end, we
was
were good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I unfortunately was not watching. Sometimes I watch on my phone. I wasn't at this moment, but all righty.
Yeah, let's talk about this film,
All
guys.
right. You want a plot rundown first, buddy?
That would be
Yeah.
an excellent idea.
Who
All right.
picked this?
That would be me.
Okay, do it.
Run it down
All right.
for us.
So, on the verge of starting their own family, A firefighter and a nurse struggle to survive in a town quarantined by the military following an accidental release of a contagious bioweapon. As Colonel Peckham and the scientists who developed the disease attempt to contain the virus, a violent conflict erupts between the military, the frightened townspeople resisting martial law, and the victims of the pathogen, the Crazies.
There's this. There it
Ooh,
is.
look at that fucking cover.
That is nice.
Looks wonderful.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. If I could find one of the cover that of like for posting for today, I would like that, or a poster of that. Yeah, see, I saw that one too.
Mhm.
I like the one with the
That's what I
bloodied
saw.
guy on the fountain, though. Like that shit.
I wish this had codename Trixie though, for the alternate.
That is the alternate title of this.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. The format. When we get to it, that's what it's called. It actually didn't come up as the Crazies.
That's
Really?
same.
I don't think I've ever seen a version that comes up as the Crazies. I've only seen the codename Trixie. So this is what I was talking to Brody about. I was like, so I wonder when Arrow did the restoration, if they scanned a print from overseas, since they're a UK based company that used the name codename Trixie. So that's why we get that version that says codename Trixie and not the Crazies at the title screen. If that makes sense.
Dude, I swore mine
Okay.
said the Crazies.
How did you watch it, John?
We'll get to that later.
So
Fair enough.
depending who uploaded that, it could be whatever transfer it is. Because I can promise you, this one, the Arrow one, which is why I'm saying that I think it's whatever negative they scanned.
Okay.
It just because they also did the same thing with the Mutilator negative. They used the Fall Break instead of the Mutilator title screen.
Nice.
So,
yes. Good
yeah.
callback, by the way. Good callback. So yeah, let's discuss, gentlemen.
This was a very interesting movie, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the best way to sum it up at a broad spectrum.
Let's get all the stuff that would get the stream taken down out of the way right now.
Okay, so I'll just list it. How about we do that?
Yes.
So we get
You
government
go for it.
We get government conspiracies, we get military takeovers, we get no-knock raids, we get unibrows, we get weird father-on-daughter action. Ew.
Oh, that was horrible.
That was gross. We get full just crazy government conspiracy to the max.
Conspiracy theorist's wet dream right there.
And some of the coolest and funniest footage I've seen in a movie, and completely makes more sense than, like, let's say, okay, so even though we've seen the reboot tries to make it like, dark and scary and
cinematic.
Like, thank you. This one realizes that people are just going nuts. So yes, some people are gonna go like fucking killer mad, but then you're also gonna have some bitch who's sweeping the field.
That was hilarious.
You know what I mean?
That was a little bit of a wait, what?
Thank you, George Romero, for that, because that right there. And so here's a question. No, you know what? That's gonna be for big questions. Never mind. Other than that, I think it was a fun movie. Was it a perfect movie? No. Very enjoyable though, and dude, for what, almost 50 years old, very with the times at this moment.
Oh yeah. Well, as you just say that, to say that that's probably is the biggest understatement of the year, because this literally, I mean, okay, maybe certain things that this movie does that we don't know if has happened or hasn't happened yet, but
and
could totally see it happen in a minute, because just watch, if anybody of today watches this movie, instantaneously you're like, oh yeah, that was us for basically the past year. I mean, to some degree, mind you.
Not only that, but
touch on that.
Yes, and potentially could still get to that point given situation. You know what I mean? Like
that's true, because we're not done yet. And this
who wants to read that?
What are we reading?
I'm not going to read it on air, but who wants to read that? That's directly from the CDC website. And if I was going to mention something that was going to get us taken down, it'd be that.
Do you
just read?
Do you want that, or do you?
Yeah,
I can read it if you want.
Do you want us to read it, or do you want us to point people in that direction to read it for yourself?
I mean, it's taken directly from the website, a screenshot. So read it.
Why would it just pull it down then? If it's from CDC,
okay.
I'm not disagreeing with you. Sometimes we've been pulled down for some fucking weird shit.
I know.
So if you want to read it, or it don't matter, whoever wants to read it.
So let me put context before let's say one of the boys reads it. Okay. So earlier this year, I was browsing the CDC website and I would look at some of their plans, and one of them stuck out to me, and I screenshotted it and sent it to my mother. My mother was like, "Okay, the fuck is this?" And she looked into it and she's like, "There's no way this will ever happen." She's like, "Don't worry about it." So the fact that I've seen this movie before, so it really freaked me out after reading this. So read it and then draw your parallels.
Who wants to read it? If anybody who doesn't want to, I can read it again, I guess.
No,
Go for it,
Chad.
All right.
Chad.
I'll do it. So it's called the
buddy.
shielding approach. The shielding approach aims to reduce the number of severe COVID-19 cases by limiting contact between individuals at higher risk of developing severe disease and the general population. High-risk individuals would be temporarily relocated to safe or green zones established at the household, neighborhood, camp, sector, or community level, depending on the context and setting. They would have minimal contact with family members and other low-risk residents. Current evidence indicates that older adults and people of any age who have serious underlying medical conditions are at higher risk for civilian. So this is what people mean when they talk about the COVID concentration camps.
Yes.
So what the scene that you got in the gymnasium of this movie
is what this is.
Yes.
Yeah.
The shielding approach.
It's literally just, and I mean, yeah, you do see this in like other like drastic situations, obviously, like hurricanes and all that other shit. Like sometimes there's a community center, but this is so not just
okay. You take Romero's filming style, his realistic way of capturing images, scenes, and the way that he writes his stories and the way that he portrays certain characters. And then you couple that with today's shitstorm of the society and the current situation. When you watch this in today's climate, you just can't help but draw the parallels. And then whenever you see things like that, coupled with information like that, it puts stuff in your mind and it scares you because it's the reality of it is reality. And that's crazy.
Yes, it is.
Is this, and the worst part I think is this movie's almost 50 fucking years old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not even recent. Like,
no, and that's half the time since the last pandemic too.
Now, we all know George Romero is definitely more of a he always shoots for a little like political activism in his movies.
Yes. And that's because if you look at his films, he always portrays the army and the government in a negative light in some way. That, again, he's a very liberal man, and all of his films have a very, let's say, subtext, whether he meant to or not. During a discussion with Guillermo del Toro, did I say it right?
Yes.
Guillermo del Toro.
Guillermo del Toro. He discusses that sometimes he was consciously doing it and other times he wasn't. But hindsight looking back, because of the way that things were at that time, he felt compelled to make films about that. So he wasn't necessarily doing it on purpose, but just kind of where his mind was at the time.
I think it was definitely done on purpose in this instance, especially because, like we were talking before the show, the Vietnam War was still going on. It was this was 2 years before it ended.
Yeah.
So there was still a lot of anti-government, anti-establishment protests and everything going on. Nobody trusted the government.
Especially for us just going in there and fucking, doing what we had to do, but not really having to do what we had to do,
right. And this definitely reflects the attitude of the time. I think in this case, it was definitely intentional.
Like Brian De Palma said, you want to question...
Sorry, Brody. I was just looking at Brody's comment.
You want to question why we were in that war in the first place. Try to be one of the soldiers over there and then justify it yourself.
Especially two of the main characters in this film are... their characters were soldiers in Vietnam. So,
and it's interesting if this film was made, 6 years later, I feel like their depictions would be completely different because they were shit on when they got back, especially in the later years. So again, if this film was made a little bit later, I feel like those characters would be a little bit different.
How much later though? We talking like?
Depends.
Like you said,
because I mean, like what we had Texas Chainsaw the next year, which was still Vietnam heavily influenced. And stuff.
Chad, what year would we have really seen some of the protests and stuff and whenever they come back? When did it end?
That would have been any time between, I would say...
77, 79, between those 2 years.
The protests were going on way before that. That's basically what Woodstock was.
Yeah.
Right. So that was what, 69?
That was 69.
Right.
So anywhere from the mid 60s to the mid 70s, I would say.
So this is like right smack dab in the middle
Right,
of that,
yeah.
like high, just.
Again, if you're in that climate, you got to put yourself in the like. I'm an independent filmmaker in the 70s, and I have these feelings, and I have these political thoughts, and I just need to get them all out. And that's what this is. This is a conspiracy theorist's wet dream. This is an awesome fucking film. And
It is, and then it's also a little too close to home at the same fucking time.
Literally at
Now,
the same fucking time.
Here's an interesting question. Do you think this is a situation where life imitates art? Like maybe somebody at the CDC saw this film and said, "Hey, that's actually a pretty good contingency plan."
Possibly, yes. I could see
that.
I think it's both. I mean, obviously, the government's always
Okay, here's the
fucking with shit
question.
prior to this.
Show me cinema that portrays it like this prior.
Prior, you wouldn't have it. The only thing you would have is more like you'd have some crazy science fiction, but even that's still not going to be necessarily anti-government.
No, that was
you talk 40 to 50s science fiction, dude. That's all like Captain America pre, like we are the best of the fucking best.
Yes. I don't think I could honestly name a Contagion movie prior to this one, to be honest.
I can't think of one.
I mean, you can't even go Night of Living Dead. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, which is Romero's own work, but that still wasn't on this necessarily level because you were dealing with the small scale at that point.
Yeah, I can't think of anything that before this that even remotely comes close to something like this. Easily, you could go back 20 years. There's nothing.
All right. So what's our saucy Aussie think?
Saucy Aussie. I love that.
Well, let's see what he has to say.
G'day, folks. It's your DKB here back for another episode of Gore, and this week I'm here to talk to you about George A. Romero's The Crazies. Now, this was my first time watching this film. The OG, of course. Obviously, I've seen it everywhere in stores. The posts are here and there, everywhere on social media. Just never gave it a shot, and that's mainly due to the fact that my love for the remake that I've watched before this, and my God, that is a fucking great remake. And it is one of those rare remakes that no one has ever seen still to this day. If you haven't, go out and treat yourself because that's a fan-fucking-tastic film in itself. So yeah, as I said, it was really hard for me to come into this film and push that shit aside and be like, go in with an open mind, as I do every week, and really appreciate this film. So, especially with the name George A. Romero behind it. Look, I will say this though, it's definitely not one of his stronger films, but it's definitely not one of his worst either. So I will talk about the positives of this film, and first of all, I'll talk about the themes and the stories. And I think for a 1970s film to elaborate on this chemical warfare of an infectious disease that can really fuck us up and all that, it just relates so much to today, especially with the COVID and all that bullshit. So it really puts you in the perspective and point of view of these characters when the shit's going south. I mean, like, for instance, how many weeks did we have to sit inside and do fucking nothing? I mean, so...
I'm laughing because
is that the breathing? Really, is that what I hear? Is this breathing?
Yes.
Who's actually the Crazies? Is us fighting back at the military? Is the military like shooting back at us or trying to at least lock us up? You know, it's all these little things. But I really like as well when you watch these scenes, there'd be like a group of people like fighting the fucking military, and then you like look in the back and there's just like one random unit just like doing something really stupid. Clearly, he's the infected one. But it's the normal people that are getting shot up. So I really like what he does with that. And I'll also point out with one scene, and this made me piss myself laughing pretty hard. It was like the military come in, kicking all the people, like all the front doors in, come in, grabbing the parents, the kids off the couch. And there's this one kid. Oh, kudos to him. It's acting like this that make a great film. Military guy comes in, picks the kid off the couch, and this kid just starts shooting left, right, and center. He wants to kill him. It's like, how dare you take away my fucking TV time before bed? And I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall to hear George A. Romero direct that kid. I mean, kudos to you, kid. You've got balls of steel to take on the military.
Balls.
Anyway, I'm going to finish off with my score. and that is a 3.2. Anyway, this is your DKB signing out. Have a great day or night. I'll catch you next week. Peace.
Thank you, Mr. Brody.
I think it's safe to say he nailed that.
He did.
Yeah,
He nailed that, no problem.
even with the score, because that's kind of, I feel like that's,
I think-
we'll get to that.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
My views will differentiate from all of you. But I
That's
also
fine.
have a different view of this film.
But you know what?
we'll
I
talk
think
about
like all of our views always kind of just mediate and kind of.
They all find a meeting place.
What's really funny is we take the time to discuss this, and what I think 9 times out of 10 is going to be my score coming into this, and at the end, completely changes.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well,
Same.
one of us will say something that'll make us reevaluate the entire movie.
Oh yeah,
And that's
what it usually is.
That's a great thing to
Oh,
do.
with the exception of the last house on the left, we all got really sick and hated it.
terrible. Hated it.
And I
you,
love
Bobby.
that you brought that up again in the new episode of Lights, Camera, Exploitation, and how you just shit. You continually shit on that movie into other podcasts, and I fucking love it, dude. Like,
I was like, you want to talk about how to
Still
make
over.
a low budget movie? I was like, this is how you do it, and this is how you don't do it.
yeah, right. And then I think you asked Brody, and Brody was just like, "Fuck you, Bobby," and fuck that movie.
I appreciate the work.
Yeah, you got a shout out there on Light Camera Exploitation, buddy. It's nice.
Congratulations,
Yeah,
you
Our
shithead.
episode about Easy Rider is out now on anywhere that you listen to audio only content.
Spotify, baby.
Yeah.
All right.
I am missing my little notebook I used to keep score.
I was gonna say,
Still off.
Chad, we got.
Oh no!
Yeah.
What's that?
We got to peek behind them curtains, buddy.
You ready?
I think we are.
I want to hear what is going on here.
Okay, so the movie was filmed in Evans City and Connequenessing, Pennsylvania, also in Zelienople. Evans City is like what, 5 miles from you, TJ? 5 10
No
miles?
way.
Yeah.
The way he's pointing, it looks like it's right out the window. It's like
Yeah, it's real close to him. Many of the movie's bit players were locals. Actually, several of the white-suited soldiers were high school students.
That old lady
I can see that.
is badass.
Yeah, okay,
We will talk
yeah.
about that.
Oh my god!
Right? Yeah. No.
No Hollywood stuntmen were used in the Crazies. Local firemen and licensed firework professionals handled all the action sequences, including the creation and employment of blood squibs.
I don't think
Really?
the closest thing Romero got to a professional was Savini.
Right.
That
Yeah.
was Dawn of the Dead, especially like it comes to stuntmen.
That's
And
pretty
while,
crazy.
while this was filming, Savini
Yeah.
was most likely in Vietnam at the time.
Yes,
pretty
they
crazy.
couldn't even use
Yeah,
them.
I was sitting there watching this, and I was like, Savini didn't do this film. I was like, where would he be? Oh, okay, that's
Yep.
where he was.
Mm.
He was shooting at ducks.
Yeah.
Continuing
Holy
on, the
shit.
burning house at the beginning of the film was a bit of serendipity for the film's crew. The local fire department was burning down an old house to practice putting out the fire and agreed to let the filmmakers set up and film the event.
Isn't that Bobby's favorite Lady Antebellum song?
Perfect. And I don't know. I can't answer that.
I
House on fire? What is it? I don't know.
Burning House.
Oh, okay.
No.
Speechless.
Wait.
Speechless.
No comment.
No comment.
I'm a little shocked that TJ would know Lady Antebellum at all.
I am a man
Of
of
many
many
tastes.
tastes.
You're a very cultured gentleman.
Yes,
That's
I
right.
try.
Look at this distinguished gentleman.
The budget for the Crazies was approximately $270,000, and it was Romero's first union film, but he also employed a lot of actors from Pittsburgh and non-professionals from Evans City and Zelienople.
Nice. Keep it
The
local.
director actually makes 2 cameos in the film. The first is a local being herded into the high school, and the second as the President of the United States, seen from behind
Yeah.
on the monitor.
No shit.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
I do sometimes. I will say, like with his earlier films like this and some of the, I always like sometimes forget that that's what he looked like at one time because I was so used to seeing him as an older man.
You're expecting the white beard. And
Yeah,
the,
like-
yeah.
That's what I'm expecting. And I'm like, I see him with the grin. I'm like, that ain't right.
That's not Romero. Oh yeah, this
Yeah,
is really old.
it's like, oh yeah, wait a minute. This is way
It's kind of the
before.
same when you see pictures of Carpenter from when he was filming Halloween versus how he looks today.
Right.
It's very
Yeah.
similar, but he had like a big fro.
Carpenter's always been an old man to me.
Yeah,
Like,
Frizzed, it was his hair was always frizzed out.
yeah. Fucking A, dude.
Continue.
The basis of the film was a script by Romero's friend and co-worker Paul McCullough entitled The Mad People. McCullough gave the script to Romero with his blessing to rewrite it, and Romero turned out a revised version of that was made into The Crazies.
Oh, Chad?
Yes.
Can I do a quick sidebar?
Absolutely.
Okay, so doing some of my research, as I do with Mr. Romero, on Mr. Romero, and let's do a callback to our Dawn of the Dead episode.
Okay.
I found some more information on how Dario Argento became involved with Dawn of the Dead. Yes. So randomly out of the blue. Well, anyway, context. People kept asking Romero to make a sequel. And he was like, no, I want to do other things. I want to do other things. Randomly, Argento called his agent to get his home phone number. And Argento called him. And he picked up the phone and he's like, hello. He's like, yeah, who is this? He's like, is this Romero? He's like, yes. Why you'll never make one more Zombie Dead film? He's like, what? Why you'll never make any more Zombie Dead film? I help you make Zombie Dead film. And he's like, okay. And then literally that spawned them doing Dawn of the Dead and Martin together.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Argento was just like, I'm going to call Romero. Like,
so Argento had the power of the internet, but by himself.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean?
I like that. I like that. All it took was his phone call to be like, yeah, okay.
Right.
Sure.
Now it takes 500,000 fanboys. Before that, it just took fucking one guy.
Meaning other than
Love it.
people like us, of course.
Well, you know.
And it makes for a cool story.
It does. That is
True
cool.
that.
I like that.
Yes.
Continuing on. In the opening scene, special effects technician for The Crazies, Regis Servinsky, plays the insane father, murders his wife, and torches the house. The children of cinematographer S. William Heinzman play the terrified kids in the scene. The house was originally slated for destruction, and the local fireman let them film that part. So which part? We already knew that.
Fuck yeah.
So Bill Heinzman's kids were the kids in that scene, and the special effects technician was the dad.
That's awesome.
This little sidebar: did they say if the boy survived?
I don't
remember if they did or not. No,
I don't remember if because they said the girl didn't make it, but they were pretty sure they were pretty sure they could save the boy.
They said they could save him if the doctor could get him to where they were trying to get him, but that would have to break quarantine. Okay. So I assumed he just fucking died.
Okay, I got you. Okay, nice. According to George Romero, the only problem that ever came up with the people of Evans City, where the film was being shot, was about the filming of the final scene. In the conclusion, Colonel Peckham has to strip down and change clothes before being lifted off by the helicopter. Yeah. Some of the locals saw the scene as it was being shot and took offense to the sight of a nude man outside. Romero said lawyers had to be called in to resolve the issue.
They just saw this giant, enormous black dick, and they're like, "Whoa, what the fuck is going on here?"
Yes.
Get a little man ass in this movie, even.
So that's the wow. Continue. Can't even go there.
They wouldn't have seen him if they didn't have the UV light around them. Honestly,
I'm just really surprised because this was the era of free love and everything, peace, love, all that.
Fair.
Apparently not.
I guess so.
Hippies.
Well, then again, this is Evans City, so back then it was probably a pretty racist area.
Yeah.
We're not laughing at the racism. We're laughing.
We're laughing at TJ pointing out the window.
Visual gags. Sorry, audio.
What is the audio only version going to sound like shit?
That's why I was like, wait a minute. We need to make sure what the fuck we're doing.
Sounds like Blazing Saddles all over again.
I apologize to the audio,
which was also
not
mentioned
making
on
light of the
racism. No.
Oh, no.
Visual gags. Go watch the live stream if you
Yes. Oh my God. Thank you, John, for pointing that out because that would never have occurred to me.
No problem, buddy. That's what I'm here for.
Okay, so finally, the film did not have a wide release, instead playing in a limited number of theaters before opening in a different market. Romero later claimed that he felt the major reason the Crazies failed at the box office was due to poor distribution. He stated that Hessel made a true attempt to adequately... He said that they made a true attempt to market the film, including releasing it under a variety of titles in different parts of the country, but it never managed to catch the public's eye. I have a feeling that marketing it under different titles is probably part of what hurt it too.
Yeah. Fucking pick one and go with it.
Exactly.
Nobody knows what to go fucking watch because you changed it 5 different times.
I gotta say, I like the Crazies better than Codename Trixie.
I'm okay with either one, honestly.
Like Codename Trixie sounds like you're watching a movie about a stripper, which not
okay. Sad part is
just misleading.
Oh, actually, you know what? It sounds like a sexploitation spy thriller.
Yes, it does.
When I saw that, all right.
Again,
when I was watching
not a bad
this,
thing, just not the movie you're trying to sell.
When I was watching this and I saw that title come up, I'm like, I do have the right movie, right? I was like, I'm like, is there supposed to be a stripper pole here? Like, what the fuck are we watching? Like,
good old Trixie.
Anybody know a Trixie?
Did they ever? They never explained actually what Trixie stood for, right? That was just the name.
I think that was just the name they gave it.
Okay, I didn't know if it was like like a breakdown of some bullshit or not. But
you mean like the C word?
See you next Tuesday. No, continuing.
That's all I got, guys.
Oh,
okay.
All right.
John, any questions?
Yeah, got a couple of them. And not that any of us are old enough to probably even know, but was ever I'm taking a piss meant anything different than I'm taking a piss?
No,
not that I'm aware of.
What the fuck was with the... Okay, best line in the movie, and I'm sorry if you haven't seen it yet. You guys are listening to us this, but our main dude, what the fuck's his name? David. So he's up.
Green Beret McDavid.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So he murks a soldier and is stealing his garb. And the fellow soldier comes up and he goes, "Hey, what are you doing up there?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm taking a piss." This fellow soldier responds, "Taking a piss? What does that mean?" So I ask, what the fuck else would taking a piss fucking mean?
That's a very good question.
Okay. They are in hazmat suits.
Correct.
That is incredibly hard to get out of and get back in without help.
But still, so David knew what taking a piss meant, clearly.
Yes.
But this other dude had no idea. I'm just very like,
how sheltered was he for his life then?
Right.
It sounds like it's a sheltered life.
He also could have been confused because he was on in the attic.
And so this is where I also go. I was like, is taking a piss an East Coast thing? And that's why we all know it, but maybe like this military's from like, they're pulling them from the fucking reserves from like Midwest or some bullshit. Like,
yeah, I just think it's kind of like situational. It's like you're in a hazmat suit in a fucking like bell tower or something.
I could give that like, not like, what does that mean? But like, wait, you're pissing upstairs in a fucking like,
that's how
like, what the fuck? Which is fine. But
yeah, okay.
But the funny thing is, for us, taking a piss is going to the bathroom. But where I think in Australia and England, taking a piss would mean getting drunk.
Wouldn't that be getting pissed?
No,
it's basically the same thing.
Is the drink sometimes? Brody refers to it
Having
as
a
the
piss
itself.
I mean, Coors Light is pretty much, but
yeah.
Okay, that's true. What the hell was that? It just sounded like a random scream. Awesome.
It's the Crazies.
Let's see. Was
there we just got a cat, so they're all just goofing around with the cat.
Fair enough. I'm trying to think. Is there any other questions? Yo, do you think the doc was trying to really get his dick wet with that?
Yes.
To mock at the expense of, or to be joking, taking the piss.
Taking the piss. That's a weird phrase.
Yeah, seriously.
Especially in this day and age, because that just sounds like some weird mouth pee porn or something like that.
It does.
Taking the piss.
But yes, I honestly think that doctor was definitely trying to get his dick wet.
Because she even asked, she's like, "Wait, are you serious right now?" Or
Chad would be considered the piss taker, as he is on the receiving end of many jokes. The piss taker.
Sounds like a terrible wrestling name, but awesome at the same time.
Oh my god, we should have Chad like the Undertaker, but the piss taker.
Wait, that could be a Project Louder short film. The piss.
Oh my god!
Only instead of the dark hat and the trench coat, it's going to be yellow.
Oh, it's me as Paul Bearer, and it's not an urn; it's a jar full of piss.
It's a urinal. You have a urinal cake and like a small little.
No, it's not a jar. It's not the jar of piss. It's those urinals you get in the old folks' home.
Oh, Hogan, I've got your urine now.
So wait. Like, so you'd have to have. All right. So he'd be the piss taker. You would be. So like, would Bobby and I be like Farouk and Bradshaw? But you would have to come up with some like piss fucking name. Oh
Wait.
man.
Or you could call like, well, he's the piss taker.
I'm smelling a new T-shirt on this one. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, dude. Like,
wait. Why don't you just call me Payne? Pane. It's piss. Take out the K, and it's instead of Kane, it's Payne.
Oh my god!
I don't know.
It's just a whole Legion of Doom, not the Legion of Doom, but what was the whole?
oh my. No, it was Legion. No,
there's
Yeah,
a
no.
whole like bad guys, like a stable of bad guys in the
Yeah, because
WWF.
it was what there was the Brood, which was the vampires, right?
The Undertaker's like group of people.
The Acolytes.
Yeah,
The Acolytes. Okay, yes. And like there was like mini groups in part of all like that encompass the Acolytes, right? Can we play that,
dude? You gotta play that.
Play it. We all gonna hear
Oh
that.
my goodness. So does anybody else? While he's loading that up, does anybody else have any other questions?
I don't think.
I actually don't. Not for
Dude,
this.
I was holding that piss. I was holding that piss one.
Take a piss. Then there is taking the piss is when I make fun of you, pretty much. So there's those two there. But he could have been saying taking a piss. What does that even mean? As if to say, I've been in this suit for so fucking long. What does even taking a piss mean? And he's probably pissed himself numerous times.
Okay,
That's possible. That's very possible.
So he pretty much does the same thing we did, but
that's funny.
with the theory that the guy pissed himself. Okay.
Okay, all right. Now I guess I can live with that one then. Not that I have
All
no
right,
choice.
I'll accept it. So if nobody else has got any questions, I think we're on to our main questions here.
Let's get to it.
Our Chad Daddy questions.
Let's do this, gentlemen. What format did you watch it, and how was the quality?
I actually watched it on Tubi. I didn't have the DVD in time.
Oh, Ministry of Darkness. That's what we're thinking of, Chad.
Wait, the Acolytes was Farouk and Bradshaw, right? That was just them themselves?
The Ministry of
okay.
Darkness was Farouk Bradshaw with the Undertaker
and the
and
Brood,
then-
right? Which was also
no.
Because I
Brood
thought
was-
Christian,
Oh yeah,
wasn't
the
it?
Brood was there. Yep, the Brood was in
Brood
there.
was
and
Christian
then,
Edge, and who was the
Mabel.
Yeah. Oh God.
Was it Mabel? Was that the name?
Yeah.
That was the main guy that came out and spit blood. Was Mabel?
That's
Gangrel.
Gangrel.
Gangrel. Thank you. Okay, yeah. It's been a
Mabel
minute, dude.
is the big
Who's Mabel?
dude. The big dude, like King
big
Mabel.
fucking.
I'd have to look him up, dude. I honestly, I'm forgetting that one. Wow, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Ministry of Darkness.
Now I'm like sitting here looking up wrestlers while we're doing this. It's like, oh yeah.
So Bobby watched it on Tubi. I actually watched it on Amazon Prime.
That's where I watched it too.
And yours said codename Trixie.
It did.
Yeah.
God damn it! I'm going to review it. I swore to God it popped up the Crazies for me.
It
Fruit
definitely
punch or
took a
watermelon?
Ooh, fruit punch.
You
You got to go the combo of all the fruits. And I'm going to say quality on Prime was good.
Yeah, it was really good for a movie that old. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, I don't think it was like a 4K restoration by any means, but on a 4K TV, it still looked mwah.
It was cleaned up pretty nice. There was.
I'm sure it was still full 1080. 4? Yeah?
Brand new 4K restoration from original PCM negative.
Really?
That's
And that was like a low 20 for that one, right? 22? I believe
Yeah.
you picked that up for? Nice.
Nice.
$22.
Very nice. I like
Mono!
the cover, dude.
Mono audio. The only way to
All
watch it.
right, continuing on, gentlemen. Douche of the movie.
Ooh,
Ooh.
the American military?
That's what I was thinking. Like the military itself could be the douche.
Those
Yeah.
three dudes sitting in a boardroom eating oranges and sandwiches?
The guy that
like-
said about the radiation scenario.
Okay, so do those three dudes, maybe it was just me, but those three dudes reminded me of the two guys from Cabin in the Woods.
Oh,
Like, it was like
yes.
that
All
same
those-
scenario.
I can see
like-
that. I can see that.
Yeah,
like,
those two
it was-
assholes.
Because like every time I kind of kept going back to them, I always kind of found those scenes funny in a weird, fucked up way.
Oh
Like,
no,
I
no,
don't-
they are
No,
absolutely.
You're
hilarious.
supposed to. Yeah.
Okay, like it was just Like, I love that dude like peeling an orange, and they're just like, yeah, we could just fucking nuke the town, and it's like, dude, like it's just so nonchalant.
To say it's very nonchalant is an understatement.
Here's a big question for you: did they nuke the town?
I want to say yes. To be honest with you,
they got the major out of there, so I figured once they got him out of there, it was done.
So here's the thing: I was talking to Sarah about this. So they already knew that it was in the water supply and that it spread to other towns. They sent him in there to get him experience on to wrangle that up so they could put him to town because they already knew it was already beyond their control.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Did they nuke it?
Yes, I'd say they did. Again, Romero films don't end well. They're not happy endings because, life isn't fucking happy. So that's how your cinema should end.
It just seemed, I didn't expect the credits to roll when he was getting picked up by the helicopter. You know what I mean? I figured like they would have pulled away.
Okay.
No. I didn't know.
There's no other ending to me. I mean,
I think this is where the 2010 tried to give you that ending, but they fucked it up because they gave you the nuke, but it was just CGI poop.
Hey, Chad, how does Day of the Dead end?
Day of the Dead. Oh wow, that's been a minute, dude.
Ends with them on the.
They leave the bunker
on the island,
and it just completely fills in with zombies, if I remember correctly.
They break down all the cages around the bunker, right?
Wait, which day? You mean the original?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the other one.
No, remember, it ends with them on the island and him fucking casting out there with nobody around.
I think there was a remake of Day of the Dead with like Nick Cannon, but it was like straight to video, so that doesn't count.
Yeah, it ends with the zombies
I watched it
filling in the hole, but then it catches the three of them on an island somewhere.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
At the end,
so that's like a semi happy ending somewhat.
Oh no, it's been a minute, but I really look forward to watching it again this year because
I was gonna say it's coming up.
It's a really stand-up movie. I love it.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so going back to the question, I thought they got nuked. That's what I kind of took it as. I was
everybody
like,
dies, bro.
Right, like
pretty much.
But they were just like, "Oh, let's just wipe this town out," and so then we'll just deal with the next one, essentially. But
sounds like to Return of the Living Dead.
All right, so did everybody pick douche?
Steve just booked Bobby Mackey's Music World.
What?
Steve just booked Bobby Mackey's Music World for an
investigation. Dude, that place is haunted as hell.
Nice.
Yeah, Ghost Adventures have been there a couple times.
Shout out to Somewhat Supernatural.
Yeah,
I was going to give a shout out to our buddy Scuba Steve.
That's right.
Scuba, always. You go there. I want to report. I want to hear what you get there, please.
Okay, continuing on. Favorite kill, gentlemen.
Old lady.
Priest killing himself.
I was back and forth. I was gonna say the priest, but I got to go with the old lady with the knitting needles.
She wasn't even sick, motherfucker.
She was just pissed.
The reason why
I think she was a little tweaked, but she wasn't like I don't know if she was full out tweaked.
She was fighting back. She was fighting back. Why?
Right, she was in that weird early.
Why get worked up if you don't need to in situations?
Yeah, that's true. You don't have to. I picked the bug. Excuse me. I picked the priest because I think this is one of the first times that you literally see somebody basically set themselves on fire for some sort of utter reason. And I just find it so bizarre.
I like to think that this is where they got the idea for the happening.
And there were so many people that just randomly got shot in this film. It was impossible to keep track.
Oh my god, dude! Like, I think that's why the granny one sticks out so much.
Hold on, guys. I'm muting my mic real quick. Hold on.
Okay. You can just hit M on your keyboard, buddy.
Got you. I got you, Chad. Just give me a thumbs up and I'll unmute you.
Yeah, man. Dude, I gotta say Granny just because it was like I was trying to come up with some kind of word, like funny line where it would be like needle point. Bah! But dude, that was
we're good.
And then not only that, but I'm gonna say just the headshot of Clank was pretty nasty too.
Oh yeah, that was a pretty nasty
shot.
Did
you guys notice that there is a headshot on one of the hazmat bros?
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
He gets his head collapses. It's fucking brutal.
Like, it's
a quick shot. He pokes his head up and just.
So would you consider this Giallo blood with how red it is?
This is Romero 70s blood.
Yeah.
Because I'll just say, like, the contrast between the blood on the fucking white HVAC suits, dude, or Tyvek suits are fucking amazing, dude. Like, I love it.
Really pops.
It's bright as can be.
Speaking of wrestling, Gangrel used to spit blood on his white shirt. Yeah.
And it was always a puffy shirt too.
Yes.
Yes, it was.
The good old Seinfeld puffy shirt. Like,
He said now,
he was the first ever pirate in wrestling entertainment history.
I don't want to be a pirate.
He said now that he's an independent wrestler, he makes the people who run the events pay for the t-shirts if they want him to do that. Because they're like $75 a piece because of all the fluffiness and shit.
So, but couldn't they easily just turn around and sell that shit after the fact? Or like,
that's what he does. That's what he does.
I was gonna say, okay. I was gonna say, like, dude, he could definitely make a mint off of that.
What he does is he'll sign it and then give it back and then they'll sell it.
There you go.
Fucking perfect, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Not bad.
So, best scene, gentlemen.
I think the scene where the very not the very beginning of the movie, but when the military just starts rolling into the town and you see some of the townspeople fighting back, and especially that shootout where there was that one guy just shooting at all the fucking military.
That was great because you were waiting for that the whole fucking time. You're like, how is nobody packing? And they showed the one guy reaching for his gun cabinet, and they were like, no, and then
okay, the shift. When I say the shift, the point in the movie where it goes from everything's cool to they're killing people now. And I'm talking the tense scene of them in that one room together with like a bunch of hazmat dudes, bunch of army dudes, and the cops and the doctors. And then they get into a big argument. And then the one guy tries to disarm them, and it turns into like this really fucking realistic, tense ass scene that ends in a cop getting shot. And they all
his own gun.
By his own
gun even.
And they hold him up while he bleeds, and then they drop him and just leave him there.
Like fucking nothing,
It's just fucking insane how well that's shot. It's super effective. You know, it's just Romero, just a prime example of how awesome of a filmmaker he is. That's their best fucking scene.
I'm not going to agree that's my favorite scene, but that is a damn good scene because you're right. It does definitely change the dynamic of the movie at that point. Because now you're like,
now they're shooting people. Now they're shooting people. Yeah.
Now they are.
Like it was kind of coming in and it was almost like comedic how chaotic it was. Like just the way everything was fucking rolling out in the beginning. But yeah. I'm gonna have to say my favorite scene is the field where they're all shooting each other and the lady comes in sweeping, dude. Because like I mean, not just this lady sweeping, because that was a great ending to that whole like what the fuck. But dude, just how those guys were literally just running into bullets into the military and they didn't care, and then the military started getting their, you know what I mean? Like it was just a bad news bears situation.
I would have to say my favorite is when you see all the guys in the hazmat suits burning the bodies, but then the one guy in the hazmat suit like freaks out and they set him on fire.
That was where they killed the parents and the mom comes out, right?
Because that to me is at that point you see the chaos kind of among the military, that even they're like, most of them, because they say like, we don't even know what the fuck this is. And now we had to, and then they did that to their own guy. Like to me, besides getting the people of the town, like at the point where you had to basically take your own there, that's a little bit of a oh shit moment, I think.
Which is funny because they took that dude out faster, who's like one of their own, versus the fucking hippie chick who was just like, you know what I mean? Kind of like they're all like circle jerking around. They're like, "You shoot her!" Like, no, you shoot her.
Yeah, like serious. They didn't want that on their hands to get somebody else.
Look who they announced for Steel City Con in June.
I can't see.
We can't
see a cowboy hat.
Coral.
Oh, they brought Coral back.
Yeah, goddamn Coral.
Oh boy,
he's been there a couple times.
Nice. So I feel like I already know the answer to this one. But did the opening scene hook you in?
Oh yeah,
without a doubt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally not at all. What?
So let's Romero's approach to this. So let's ease you into a setting. Let's make you feel somewhat familiar and safe, and then
fuck you up,
flip it upside down.
Yep.
Yeah. Especially because you don't know that's the dad at first until like, you know what I mean? They find the mom, dad, and then he's like, oh wait, father, which threw me off. But you know,
at first I was like, wait, what? That's no
father, mother.
Can I have some more, please?
Right? No, dude. That once again, man, Romero just makes it so he just gives us some weird, fucked up situations, dude.
He's the best,
like,
my man.
Yeah, I mean, it's always weird seeing little kids in horror movies, especially being exposed to like their dead parents and shit. I don't know why that kind of always just hits me a little bit.
He's one of the few directors that manages to create. Hold on.
Yeah, what the fuck?
He's one of the few directors that it manages to create proper suspense without relying on Hitchcockian style. If that makes sense.
No, that's fine.
It makes perfect sense, actually.
Yes.
Argento and De Palma use that a lot in their films. Romero relies on a sense of realism and a sense of, he uses that low budget style of guerrilla filmmaking, and just, I don't know, just the way he composes
fucking well, dude.
I know,
The
it's
way-
so
yeah,
strange.
He does it.
Again-
He does do it very well.
Again, I could watch Ken Foree shoot zombies on an ice hockey
bro.
ring all day.
Absolutely. Watch anything Ken Foree's in.
Exactly. Give me more monologues, bro.
Dude, if you get and yes, we had both characters in it, but I need the eye patch doctor and Ken Foree in the same scene.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Oh, I need a 25-minute scene of just them going back and forth.
See, now the doctor would be like the cool, not cool, calm, collected, not like that, but he would be like the more like, I have this, and Ken Foree would be like, fuck you, we got this shit, motherfucker.
Absolutely. So, what's the next one, gentlemen? This might be a tough one. Best hits,
hottest girl, best dick.
Well, I say the woman that was with our main lead there.
Judy?
Absolutely. I like me.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I thought the crazy hippie chick was like the cutest, dude.
Yeah, I think so. I'm with John.
Yeah, boy.
And then, David was pretty handsome, but he needed to fucking shave that goddamn unibrow because that was
he
pissing
did.
me off, dude. I was like, bro, just take a fucking But actually, you know what?
I'm gonna give it to the doctor.
I was gonna say, we got to go give it to Dr. Watts, Mr. Richard France, because he's a handsome gentleman. He's
Actually,
got a very nice
I'll give him
trim
that.
beard.
Yeah.
He pulls off the sweater very nicely.
I was thinking
Very elegant.
Yeah, dude.
looking
It's all about
motherfucker.
that sweater, baby. Cashmere.
Very. Of course, it's cashmere.
That's right.
What's that red dot in the middle of it?
Oh man, TJ, who you got, buddy?
Yeah, like you said, unibrow kind of makes you not kind of sweat over that guy. But I don't know, crazy doctor dude's got that daddy stuff going on for him.
A little bit.
Yeah. I kind of want him to read me some monologues.
They must be destroyed on sight.
Yeah.
I know, dude. He fucking just gives a good monologue all the time, dude. It's great.
He does. He really does.
That's why Romero had to pull him back for Dawn of the Dead, dude. You know what I mean? They're just like, he was so good. Like, nope, we got to have that again.
Now I'm like trying to think like, now I think like, is he in Day of the Dead too? But I'm like, no, he's not.
No,
we got plenty of character in that from other things.
Oh, yeah.
So, did the score set the mood?
I don't really remember a score from this movie, or I must not have been paying attention to that.
There isn't one other
There
than
you
the
go,
song
then.
you play.
There was some music, but yeah, for the most part, it was
That main song's pretty fucking fire, though, whatever it's called. Hold up, I got a big bird coming.
Ooh.
Oh, that God, I did that off.
That wasn't a too big one there. I'll tell you.
Yeah, you're lucky I didn't do it
It
right
sounded
in there.
foamy, actually.
Yeah, a little foamy. A little bit of carbonation in there.
A little on the top there.
It's like when you have that root beer burp and it burns your nose.
Oh, yeah.
Worst.
It kind of cleans you out a little bit.
What is that move? What the fuck is that song?
I was gonna say, because if you can find the name of that song, I'm just gonna say that's the best song.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's
why don't
a
we just
good
say?
song.
So why don't we just say that song? We don't know the title to that song.
I like
That
that
song that TJ is referring to.
is the best song.
Just watch the movie.
It plays on the Blu-ray menu.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, so now see that they just buy the Blu-ray and listen to that all day long.
Once again, if you listen to Lights Camera Exploitation, we sing the praises of Arrow.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they fucking do. Well, what? It's pretty much Arrow versus Criterion at this point. Like nobody else competes.
Oh, by the way, speaking of Arrow, I do have a couple Arrow releases coming my way, guys.
Yeah. Did you get that? What was it? The Arrow Easter sale or whatever?
Yeah, and I didn't pick up any of their horror films either.
Really?
I picked up the steelbook. I picked up the limited edition steelbook of Weird Science.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I saw that they had
Weird
that.
and Flash Gordon.
Flash.
I love Flash Gordon. You guys have no clue. It's.
I like the Queen soundtrack of Flash
That's what
Gordon.
I was just about to say. I love the fact that Queen did the fucking song.
That movie's so intentionally cheesy.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about
And
cheese.
that was the best
comment of the week,
of
guys. Comment of the week.
Fucking A for you audio listeners. Mr. Brody Kane.
Jalapeno poppers and root beer makes my dick hard.
Thank you, Mr. Amone. Yeah.
You're welcome, Mr. Calzone.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I got half of one left for me up in the fridge because I got it.
That is your nickname from now on, Mr. Calzone.
Yo, I don't know if you guys caught this, but I threw Brody off, dude, on Friday when we did our fucking intros, dude. He was just like, I don't even know what to do. We've been doing this with TJ for a while now, dude, and TJ definitely the style rubs off a little bit. So I had to introduce myself as the Fluff Master Supreme, the one who knows the combos to make Sindel scream. And he's just like you can just see the look on his fucking face. Like, what the fuck, dude? Oh, sorry.
Fucking A. That's right.
Damn.
So I think we are on favorite character.
No, we did. Oh no, we didn't do that.
No, we did not.
Yeah, we just.
I like Unibrow Green Beret because I think he's fucking rad, and like he said, he's the action guy of Evans City. Yeah, it's just rad.
Yeah, I'll agree
he's a good lead.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with him. Yeah,
I mean, he takes control of a pretty shitty situation, and he does a lot more than we could even say we would do ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be gone. That's for sure.
Again, that comes from the Green Beret training, I'm sure.
This is a tough one because I felt like everybody did a really good job in this, and I did like him as the lead action guy, and but he wasn't so much that his buddy kind of like gave him,
his buddy. His dynamic was almost like that guy on The Walking Dead's dynamic with that dude that fucks his wife.
Punisher there.
Yeah,
Shane,
Punisher guy.
Shane.
They had a dynamic like, hey, you guys are buddies, but there's like a tension, especially whenever he gets like
right in the beginning. He says. Yeah. He's like, you picked the wrong guy. Like, you know what I mean? So there was already that, like, they were fighting over Judy or whatever fucking name. Yeah, Judy.
But then when he tackles him and gets sick, he's like, dude.
I liked him though when he was starting to go crazy because he was already getting the idea he was going crazy. Yeah, he took out those 5 dudes.
Oh, my head's not feeling right.
Right, and he took out those 5 military guys. But I liked that he still had enough like decency in him that where he like took out the dad when he was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Mm-hmm. And yeah, I don't know. Like, he just played a great. It's hard, dude, because I love the doctor too. You know what I mean? Like,
that doctor was suave.
I said they all did pretty well in the parts they had.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to the doctor though for if I got to pick one favorite.
Can't go
fair
wrong.
enough.
All right. Was it scary?
Yes, terrifying.
And in terms of hitting home, yeah,
I would say and it definitely.
Because it's
definitely carries over into our next question too, which we'll get to momentarily.
You know what's weird?
It's a movie that does and can predict real life. It's really not that far
easily happen.
So obviously, yes, I'm agreeing with you, gentlemen. I'm saying yes to this question. This is 2 weeks in a row we've actually had movies to where we've all said they've been scary. I know Chad wasn't here last week, so he technically didn't get his input on it. Right. But for Scuba Steve being here, for Hell House, dude, it was
Scuba.
The bad thing is with everything that happened, I didn't even get a chance to watch the movie because
if you ever get a chance, dude, I think you should definitely give it. I think you should definitely give it a chance, dude. No,
it's on Prime. Shudder.
It's on Shudder.
Shudder's not the director's cut though.
Yes, it is.
Are you sure? I thought it was the normal one.
I'm positive it's director's, dude.
All right.
It's 90. It's 90 plus minutes. Director's cut is 97 minutes.
I thought the director's cut was 110.
I thought it was 97.
No, that was the original. Then they added 7 minutes. Then they added 3 minutes more. There's 2 director's cuts technically.
So then they messed it up themselves.
We went over this last week.
Website. Well,
go listen to last week's episode.
Yeah, whatever. Continue.
So does it hold up today?
My God, does it hold up today? It's especially relevant in today's society with what's going on with COVID.
Almost too scary to hold up today.
Yeah, that's.
You're just like, wow, fuck, dude.
There, okay.
John, your wife just chimed in.
There she is.
The director's cut was over 100
Thank you,
minutes.
Jennifer.
Thank you, Bubbies.
That's great.
Awesome. She does like to watch us here and there.
Yeah, those are the louderettes, the wives that have to sit back and watch all the movies and know just as much about us.
They do.
Know about as us.
They trudge through the bad stuff and
Sarah watched with us. Sarah watched this with me.
Hell yeah! What'd she think? She like it?
Oh yeah, she was like, "This is
Steph
watched terrifying."
Steph watched about half of it because I started it this morning and she was still asleep.
Yeah. That's me and the wife's Sunday night tradition. Usually, once the kid goes to bed at like 8:30, boom, movie on.
That's usually our tradition too. But we got caught up watching the hockey game, and I said, "Screw it, I'll watch this in the morning." And I played finally Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Nice.
Acting phenomenal. I think we all can agree.
Yeah, acting was great.
100%.
Absolutely.
I got nothing bad to say about him.
Even the dumb extras who are just like, "Hey, just go act nuts and start pushing each other around." Done. Perfect.
It fit the movie perfectly.
Yeah.
You know, do you think that maybe the girl that was sweeping the grass, like the only direction they gave that whole crew was just act crazy, and she's like, I'm just gonna fucking sweep grass.
You know what? In my head,
that.
yes. They just allowed people to do what they wanted to do, and she just came in with a. I mean, I don't think she was the only one coming in there with a broom. I think there was a couple people, but she was the only one sweeping. I think everybody else was like holding it like a fucking
weapon,
like something.
You usually see stuff like this happening in Florida.
God damn it!
And this is that's pre-COVID.
God damn it! God damn it!
Next question.
Bath salts.
This is the cinematography question,
to
which we usually defer to the expert, Mr. TJ Bowser.
TJ.
Okay, guys. So once again, we find ourselves with the Romero film, and a guy that manages to capture a sense of realism that no other director could possibly ever capture. And this film, perfect example of that. There is a style of guerrilla filmmaking mixed with cinema, like this cinematic composition that just meshes so well. And he captures chaos in such a unique way that's stylistically recognizable whenever it's on screen. Fuck, I just touched my. Yeah, you can't. What's going on? We had a blow.
You're good over there.
Everybody's just throwing us all off our game here.
Sorry, Brody said just killed the whole conversation for us.
But anyway, he has a style that's totally recognizable on screen, especially some of the more, let's say, intensive scenes. I think that he manages to build suspense in a super unique way, especially through editing. I think that this film, like we said, the aforementioned scene of the cops all in the one room with the army folk. Yeah, it's just crazy, and a lot can be attributed to editing and just the way some of the stuff is composed. Like even the shot of the kid walking from the bathroom into the kitchen, the camera was set up so it captured that whole hallway and that whole thing. It was just very thoughtful. He captures Evans City in such cool ways. It's rad, and you can't even tell it's the same movie. Well, the same town is.
Since you brought up Evans City, I have to mention this. I got a good laugh out of when it's showing scenes of the town, like in the daylight, and it showed the one storefront, and the sign said Schoeffel's Market.
Now,
what's funny about that is I graduated with a kid. His name's Sean Schoeffel. His family back then, like the Schoeffel family, owned like half the town. So there was Schoeffel's Market, there was Schoeffel's this, Schoeffel's that.
That's awesome.
Now today it's completely different, but back
it's
then,
all
his family owned a large percentage of the town itself.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
So to add on to like what TJ said, dude, I think one of at least my favorite like camera angle shots, and you got at least like twice that I think of, was throwing bodies on the fire. They did it so well, dude. Like, and the second time you got actually I thought the mom was dead, but then you hear her scream, so I was like, oh, never mind. Like that fucking sucks even more. Like, I don't know, man. It just looked great, dude. Like they really it looked like
again. He captures he captures violence in such a unique way.
I just wonder, like, if the way they did it is like, so he had a stationary, and then they had like a plank. Like
I'd have to see the shot again,
and then they like throw them under the plank because it looks like they throw them fucking throw them right in fire. So
See, this would be a cool thing to do with some of my director friends.
Mm.
Is to look at shots and then try to explain them. Same with some of the special effects guys. I've done it on Rabbit Hole before with Nightmare on Elm Street films. So,
dude, I should have Mick on there talking about MK when it comes up finally.
There you go.
he'll talk about the Scorpion's lair.
Well, that's all I need him to talk about.
That's all he did.
What did he call that effect where they warp into Scorpion's lair again?
Sky pussy.
What, when Johnny Cage does a shadow kick and then they
they warp.
Sky pussy. They couldn't come up with an idea of how they get into the next scene. He's like,
Listen,
something
man,
opens
you know
up
what?
and pulls him in. Fucking Sky pussy.
I love that movie, but that fight scene, like the decor in that is just phenomenal.
Oh
and
yeah, it's
the
always been
fact
my
that when I
favorite fight in the
found
whole
out
movie.
that was Mick, dude, when you brought me into this whole network and everything, like it was just like mind fucking blown, dude. I was like, what? It was just, I don't know.
That's so cool.
That's the only thing he did on that film, though. So
the funny thing is, the two best fight scenes in that film
are that
and the Liu Kang versus Reptile.
Correct.
And that was just added in because they needed an extra fight scene to pad it out a little bit.
Correct.
So the two best scenes weren't even originally like that in the film.
Nope. And that's why it's classic.
Premise.
Yes, love it.
Love it and hate it, dude, because it scares the shit
Love
out
and
of
hate
me.
it because we're kind of going through a similar situation.
Well, and I was going to say this before, but this movie kind of reminds me. Did you guys watch the '90s movie Outbreak?
Mm-hmm.
That was the monkey one, right?
This movie is almost kind of
yeah.
This is almost the same thing. If you know, obviously, because when you were talking about, I love it how that seems to be the solution in the movies, although I wouldn't doubt that it would be done in real life to some degree, to somehow get rid of old shit like that. You see what you get what I'm saying? So like this movie and that movie mirror a lot of shit that could happen during a pandemic stage of this.
Well, something like that did happen because something like that did happen with at least with the mass graves that they had in was it New York?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But they weren't burned.
No, they weren't burned.
You're talking about you're talking about last year. Yeah, the man. That was right down in the fucking Grand Central. Wasn't that in Central Park?
No,
I don't think it was in Central Park.
Not Central Park. No.
All right, never mind. I don't want to go too deep into that.
No, that's not. We can't.
Fantastic, dude.
We're already walking on the razor's edge, baby.
We're already
pissed off
walking.
that guy. Yeah.
Anyway,
so now that brings us to the 3 R's, which is kind of
take one
it's
out.
Already remade.
I would rewind.
But did it need it?
It didn't need it, but it wasn't unwelcome.
And Romero was there as a producer.
Yes, he was.
Okay.
So, I mean, for me, I would say for rewind it. I would rewind this and the remake. All day.
Rewind this. Yeah.
And you know what? I will say, after watching this for now, I do want to rewatch the remake because it's been fucking 11 years since I've
seen
it.
The remake. It's on the list.
We have
the remake
Romero
is on the list
attempt
this year.
and a cinema. Yep, we do.
Oh wow, we're already covering the remake this year too.
Yeah, because you picked this, so TJ picked the remake for his pick.
Did you not get the note? I was like, "Hey, we're gonna do all Romero films this year."
No, I got that, but I didn't know.
We're doing it 4th of July weekend, boys.
Oh, nice.
Oh shit!
Wow, that's actually gonna be closer than okay. I was expecting more of like a fall.
No,
nice.
It's gonna be cool,
dude. We got a lot of sequels in this year, and there's some good ones.
Ooh, the rest of this month. Oh, we got some banger of an episodes coming up, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Let's rate this, then you can talk about it.
That's right. Oh man.
Okay, so I'm gonna give this a 4.3.
3.6.
3.8.
I'll give it a 3.5. I was going to go 3.2, but I'll get 3.5. 3.8? Yep, to write that down here.
I would say that's actually I would say that's very fair.
Yeah, I agree.
Nice. Very nice.
My rating's based on the scope of Romero films.
I mean, like I thought the beginning of the movie was definitely like a little nuts, but at the same time, you got to think of the situation. It's going to be fucking chaotic as hell. So it kind of represents it very, very fair. But All right. And what was Brody? Brody was at 3.2, so he wasn't
3.2, yeah.
Very nice. All righty. So what do we got next week there, Chadwick?
Oh, this week, the next episode TJ's been waiting for. We finally tackle Prom Night 2. Hello,
I've
Mary
never
Lou.
watched it, so this is going to be fun.
High score!
I have not seen it in a dog's age.
I'm with Bobby. This is gonna be popping my cherries on this bad boy.
Nice. I don't think we'll be disappointed
the whole time.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah,
where can we find that bitch? I didn't even look that up.
Shoulda.
I think
it's on Shudder.
Is she on
like
Shudder?
everywhere.
And I found it on demand somehow.
Oh, there's a Joe Bob episode.
On demand, of course. Oh, that'd be a fun one. That'd be a fun way to watch it.
There's a Joe Bob episode. Just watch the Joe Bob episode.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Done.
But yeah, guys, after that, guess what's after Prom Night 2? We literally just brought it up on this episode.
Was it Dawn of the Dead?
What?
Or
Day of the Dead. Yep.
Oh shit. Okay, so that's in 2 weeks.
Our next few episodes, we got Prom Night 2, Day of the Dead, Event Horizon, Pet Cemetery, Tremors 2.
Yeah.
Alien 3, Land of the Dead.
Sweet. So for my birthday, I get Mary Lou. For Brody's birthday, we get fucking Dawn. Nice. Very nice.
Gonna be
Good
sweet.
choices.
Gonna be sweet, gentlemen.
By the way, happy.
By the way,
You were going to say probably the same thing. Happy belated to Mr. Cameron.
Yes.
I was actually going to say that today is my daughter's 11th birthday.
Oh,
happy birthday!
Well, happy birthday to her.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah,
and happy birthday to Mr. Cameron Miller. A few days late, but we already wished him a happy birthday.
You said it in our group chat like we always do.
That's true. That is very true. All righty. So
Jen needs to record a video for us to play on the air of Tremors.
Yeah.
Dude.
I should get my kids to do that too, because Harper loved the first Tremors.
Like, she likes a lot of the movies that we watch, but dude, she's just like me, man. She loves the Tremor series, dude. Like, it's.
Oh, by the way, thank you so much, TJ, because of you and you guys' love for Tremors, I did get that the limited edition Blu-ray.
Did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Right now, that is sweet.
It is wonderful,
dude. The art, that is fucking phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
Hey, did you guys? Speaking of which, before we go, did you guys do the comics and kaijus for Gorilla vs.
No. I talked to Cameron. We're gonna try doing it at a later time. We might do it later this week, or we might do it next week.
That might be an episode of podcast to be announced. Then
it could be.
Have you announced that on anything else yet?
No, I'm gonna wait till pre-production's done. And
okay, fair.
Yeah, because it's quite the undertaking. So.
I think it's going to be phenomenal.
That's going to be an inch. Yeah. Wild card.
You guys want to finish off this episode with some trivia?
Yeah, let's
I'll do
this.
I got
win again.
I got a few minutes, so let's do it.
Yeah.
We did this last week, and Scoob and I were just like, all right, we're going to sit over here in the loser circle while Bobby just answers these things. Fucking A. That's why I was like, yo, Chad and Bobby can go back for it. I'm just gonna sit here and sit my
TV. It's like before he had the question, I was like, it's this. It's like I didn't give it. It's like it's this.
Okay. Which horror movie led to the MPAA's PG-13 rating?
Which horror film or which film?
Which horror film?
Gremlins.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because that could also be argued for Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom at the same time.
Yeah,
they both released real close together.
Yeah, they're literally what, a year apart or something.
It was 86.
Follow-up question: what other horror film released the same weekend as Gremlins?
Ghoulies.
Ghoulies.
Was it?
Sean, you should know this.
Was it?
Oh fuck!
I should know this.
You should know this, especially.
You said horror film?
Technically, horror.
Probably Ghostbusters.
Well, that'd be 84.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Oh,
See, I mean, Ghostbusters could have been way more horror if they kept it the way they wanted to.
Yeah,
that's true.
I still consider it comedy myself, but
but it has a lot of horrific elements. It still falls under the horror category.
If they kept the honeymooner scene, then yes. Then abso-fucking-lutely, it would have been on 100% horror because that's
whatever happened with. I know they found the footage of the Civil War ghost, but it hasn't been released. They found that like 2 years ago, and it was supposed to have been. They were going to remaster it and release it at some point.
So I'm guessing. Okay, so we just had the 35th anniversary of Ghostbusters.
Mm-hmm. So you think they're waiting to the 40th?
I think either the 40th or you're going to see a re-release after the November release of the new one there of
Afterlife.
Yeah, which me and my buddies are already thinking up of RC Roombas with little Stay Puffs all over them. We've already been hitting the info bank. We're like, all right. They're like, how do you do this? I'm like, simple. Get a fucking dead Roomba, take the shell off, put it on a cheap ass RC car, go buy little mini puff figures and glue them. Done.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they have a whole shitload of those mini puff figures coming out.
Dude, I'm probably gonna get them all. They're fucking awesome.
They're like little blind bag things, so
I don't care, dude. I'm just gonna go up and literally take the whole fucking package.
I'll take
like,
this
all
case
this.
and this case.
I need at least the one with the sunglasses and the umbrella, dude. Like he just needs to be chilling right here on my computer the whole time.
You don't want the Terminator 2 one of it melting in the thumb?
Dude, there's so many good ones though. Like I want the one that he's all on fire. I want the fucking dude. I want the one with the rocket strapped to his back. I can't wait.
Wow.
So I think that whole lead up, dude, is literally like I think that's gonna go right to the terror dog scene that we saw in the original trailer. I think he's gonna leave the supermarket after like that shit goes down, and then that's when it's gonna get like either he turns in maybe to the new Louis Tully, or it just starts getting a little bit darker. Just my thoughts.
Either way, hopefully it's good.
Dude, I love Paul Rudd, and I think Ivan Reitman's son, Jason Reitman has done a fucking hell of a job for like what he's trying to do with this movie. So I think it's gonna be what we should have got back in 2016. I'm gonna say
Let's not.
More trivia.
Finish the quote. Agnes, it's me.
Fuck, dude, I know this. I actually know this. Oh, god damn it.
Agnes, it's me. I know this.
I do a hell of an impression.
I'm gonna have to pull out on this one. I don't know.
Yeah,
Agnes, it's me, Billy.
Oh, god damn it!
Oh,
that was the giveaway right there. Good old Black Christmas.
God.
I'm sitting there. I'm like, we knew all Agnes, dude.
I'm like,
fuck, man.
You have to say fucking Billy.
Damn.
That was a good one. That was a good one, buddy.
This horror gem is about a killer who will appear if you say his name loud enough. Once he hears it, the violent murders will begin. What is the name of this film?
Candyman.
No, that's not.
Oh, loud enough. That's
Madman.
Bingo, Chad.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's
That's
right.
a
He
great
screams at the
movie,
fucking
too.
house, dude. I haven't rewatched that. We should,
Dude.
should.
I should swap that out.
I need to
can't.
watch that again.
I
gotta
know,
watch
dude.
that too,
I need to make her
yeah,
watch
yeah.
Blood Rage too. I know she'll love Blood Rage.
That's a Thanksgiving classic, though.
Here's one. What film starred an actor who actually did not know he was acting in a horror movie?
We've
Shining?
discussed this.
We've talked about this.
Yes, Chad.
Yes, we have.
It was the boy, right? The little kid.
Yep. What
Very
infamous episode of the X-Files was banned from television?
Oh, it was the fucking inbred
No,
freak
that's-
one. Home. Yeah.
Yes.
That one I didn't know.
That was an easy one.
Still love that episode. It's so fucked up.
What's the name of the summer camp from the first Sleepaway Camp film?
Arawak, Camp Arawak.
Yes.
Damn.
Jesus Christ.
It's been a minute since I've seen Sleepaway.
I didn't even get a
Camp. I had no
gear
clue.
turning before Bobby got that fucking.
Who did Captain Elliot Spencer become?
The Hell Priest.
Yes.
AKA Pinhead.
I'm like, why am I drawing a blank for the name for some reason? I'm like, oh wait, he got it.
All right.
What is Randy Meek's favorite scary movie?
Halloween. No. Yes. No, not Halloween.
If Chad gets it, I'm going to be mad.
It's been a minute. I haven't seen
Randy-
Scream in forever.
Okay.
Scream. Showgirls.
Is it really?
He said that as a joke, though.
Fucking Showgirls.
He's just taunting the killer.
I would have not got that one in a
I
million
should have guessed you were
years,
going that route.
And that's
It's been
it
a-
for Gore more trivia.
It's been a minute since I've watched Scream. Scream. I got to go back then. Oh, geez.
Oh, that was a good one. That was
That was a good
actually
round of
Scream
trivia.
2.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said that in Scream 2. That was right before he got killed.
All I remember about Scream 2 is that Jerry O'Connell was in it. That's literally it.
John, I would talk to you about his YouTube channel. He goes in depth of his choices of why he shaved his facial hair the way he did, because that's how he felt his character would progress in college.
That makes sense.
That's a pretty fair reason.
No, honestly, yeah, that's
He's like, the way I did my sideburns, it was to make me look more menacing.
God damn it, you're gonna make me go watch the Scream series just because of Jamie Kennedy now.
Yeah.
God damn it. Like, what the fuck?
Okay, so next week, guys, stay tuned for another episode of the Gore More podcast. This is your host with the motherfucking Mo saying, see you next week.
This is your Dark Lord of Knowledge, aka Chad Daddy, saying, I'll see you next week, bitches.
This is your Fluff Master Supreme, Big Johnny D, saying, see you later, Gorehounds.
This is your killing machine, Bobby Moan, saying, fucking kill you next week.
Ooh.